Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
We're set for football, and we are underway in Southern California. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Stafford. And incomplete to open things up.
One thing we often talk about is setting the tone in a game. How about this? They came after him on play 1 and put him on the turf and forced an incompletion.
Something for him to think about immediately right off the bat.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to back off either. I think that they had success on the first play. Typically, when a defense does that, they've announced to you that this is what they plan to do throughout the game.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Well, calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Carry on Johnson.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Johnson on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Walker on the tackle.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. He took a great angle right there. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
He was tackled.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Johnson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Andre Johnson, the target on that one. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
7-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up the 1st down.
And he's got this down to the 35. another first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
That one's complete to Tomlinson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. But anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back down the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Ed McCaffrey, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Calvin Johnson in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defenses play, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Okay, right, Brandon.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Here comes Johnson on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 31-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now an option play on second down. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
39-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is for his running back, Tomlinson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 5, 2nd and 4. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Lions, nothing.
2nd down at 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line. Because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 15. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Screen play, Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Antrell Roll with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Lions nothing.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Arteta.
And loose football. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Julius Peppers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Gun, Stafford, and this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Taken right at the 35. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
They go again with all
well stopped.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now it's seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.